feel good, doesn't it? The meeting will come to order, please. The notice requirement of the Open Public Meetings Act for this meeting have been satisfied. Would you please turn off all electronic equipment? We will stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you call the roll, please?
Mayor Becker?
Here.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Here.
Commissioner Blumberg?
I am here.
We have something very pleasant to do tonight, and that is to present a proclamation. Come on, guys, let's all go up here. Roger Rubin, would you come forward?
Don't trip.
I'll try it.
Oh, you're not swearing me in. Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. Make it fast. I have a long speech. What is this?
You got to keep it simple. Let me keep it simple. Maybe it'll work.
Come on, John. Maury, come on. Everybody there. This is sort of sad and happy day all at once as we lose. I'd like to read a proclamation. Thank you. I should read. We'll talk about that. Whereas the city of Margate City, New Jersey recognizes with happiness for Roger Rubin and sadness for itself that Roger is retiring after 42 years of dedicated service to our exceptional community. And whereas Roger has worked diligently and brilliantly during those many decades as planning consultant, and use administrator, zoning officer, design review liaison, beautification board liaison, and chairman of the staff committee. And whereas Roger has worked under mayors Bloom, Ross, Reel, and Becker, and numerous fine commissioners from Roney, Rim, and Markowski to Becker, Blumberg, and Amadeo, as well as with building inspectors Sinclair, Sullivan, Mayor Galantino, as well as with city clerks Roland Brown, Bob Gilchrist, Tom Hiltner, Rosie Freed, and Johanna Giegler Casey, and planning and zoning board administrators from Sylvia Brown through Dee Dee Hiltner, Agnes Schwartz, and Johanna Giegler Casey, and board chairpersons including Pauline Hill, Sandy Golden, Mike Golden, Pat Ortley, Tony Giacomini, Ted Finkenauer, Steve Cinderbrand, and Rich Patterson. And whereas we commend Roger and his beautiful wife, Jersey girl Beverly, to the cultural opportunities and urban excitement of Rittenhouse Square, along with their children Dave, Ben, Matt, Marcia, Liz, and grandchildren Albert, Gabriel, and Emily. We therefore declare today, February 18, 2016, as Roger Rubin Day in the city of Margate City. Roger and Bev, farewell, Godspeed, and thanks for your service. Come on over.
Come get the picture.
Come on. Yeah.
No. I just have, where's my glasses?
Jimmy.
Cookie.
Mayor and Commissioners, Solicitor Abbott, Acting City Administrator, Police Chief Wolfson, who else? City Clerk, Planning Board Administrator. The speech is going to be less than the introduction. I just want to give you my top 10 things that I'm proud of, my top 10 reflections upon leaving Margate after 42 years. First of all, for 42 years, I worked with those leaders from Bloom and Ross to Becker, Blumberg, and Amadeo, and Rim, of course, and from great solicitors from Dave Fitzsimmons all the way through to Scott Abbott. And I can't tell you how important that position has been during all those years, because these guys are incredible. And throughout all that time, all these leaders always put the exceptionalism of Margate over the pettiness of politics. And for that, I'm proud and delighted. I'm proud that my office served the people of Margate and helped improve the quality of life and the aesthetics and the livability of the town. I'm very proud, and you should be very proud of the jewel in the crown of Margate, Margate Terrace, something that you created, you and your predecessors, something that supplies housing for senior citizens in need on a building that's on your land under a long-term lease, that's beautifully run now by its board president, Fred Verna, and a stellar board, and always keep Margate Terrace close in your thoughts as time goes by. It's being totally renovated through funding that they're managing to get, and the people there are very happy, and it's a credit to the city. I'm proud that Margate took me in, and along the way forgot the fact that I actually was a shoebie, and then when Bev arrived, they took her in, and then they started liking me better for whatever reason. I don't know, but I thank you very much. I love you for that. I'm proud that I've worked with the best, the smartest, the most caring, the most professional group of professionals. I can't believe the degree of caring of the people that head your departments and then working their way down from there, especially Johanna, by the way. And my favorite building inspector ever, Jimmy Galantino. Is he still here? Oh, he's still here. I didn't want him to hear that. I will never forget, I'm almost done. Bill Ross used to tell me from day one, Roger, I want you to take care of this, I want you to take care of that, but before you do, take a nice pill. I guess I wasn't so nice in the early years, so I finally figured that out after maybe 30 years. I took the nice pill, I got it, and I realized that we have to, we're only here for those, we're only here for the people out there. And sometimes we have to tell them bad things in a nice way or good things in a nice way, but we have to treat them with respect. And I'm thrilled that the transition has been so smooth and successful, and that you're not going to notice much of a difference, except that the new guy has more hair than I do. And I love you all, and I thank you for this very much, and I need a drink, so I'm going over to Cookies, and I'll see you guys.
We'll be there soon, Mike. We have before us the minutes of our February 4th meetings.
I'll make a motion, I'll second that, approve those.
Johanna?
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
We'll now open for public comment. Steve Giuseppe, why don't you come up first? He has to go somewhere and he has something to say. Okay.
Last August, Stockton University came up to us. They had an intern that needed a project. She's in a sustainable
Steve,
She-
could we have your address for the record, please?
112 North Lancaster.
Thank you.
She was majoring sustainability management, and she needed an intern project to complete the requirements of her class. So we on the green team thought that, well, maybe she could do something with the beach to do some sort of an inventory and see what she can do with her class to see if there's any improvements or any management skills that we can do to help the city.
That report you put together.
So we met with her. Her name is Alicia Porzanzi, and her professors Patrick, Jose, and Maritza Urigai, to discuss the nature of her assignment. So we figured the focus of her report would be to conduct a beach survey analysis for the purpose of establishing a baseline data that could be determined, and as I said, what improvements could be made for any improved beach management. You should have.
We have it.
The
Awesome report.
Thank you. She worked hard on it, and we worked with her. So on behalf of the team and Stockton and herself, we want to thank the city for giving her this opportunity to complete her assignment and be able to get her grade. I want to thank Mayor Becker for opening up the Department of Public Works. I'd like to thank Rich Deeney for all of his invaluable guidance in helping us with this. And I'd like to thank Frank Richetti for his cooperation with helping the student with her, get her the information she needed for the requirements. And there are some pretty good things in there that could be beneficial, and notably bike racks and trash cans and things like that that you're all aware of and working on. So thanks again.
Thank you very much, Steve.
I have it
Good
covered.
job.
Can I make one comment there?
You certainly may.
Steve, I just want to make a comment for the record. I'm going to hand a copy of this to our team, our master plan revision team, because I think some of the input that she put in this package could be useful as we move forward with our master plan.
Thank you, Steve. Public comment. Anyone for public comment, please?
Sewell, 22 West Drive. Mayor, I received a disturbing email back on Tuesday, February 9th, and it stated that 14 students are going to the Margate school using fake addresses. Do you have any idea what that's costing the taxpayers each year, Mayor? Maybe our semi-monthly assemblyman can help you.
I'll ask for his help. Thank you.
Any idea, Assemblyman, what it's costing the taxpayers?
It would be $250,000.
I think you're erroneous. I think it would be closer to $308,000. And if you factor...
Your time's up, John.
Yeah, you wish on this one. And if you factor out for 9 years, you know what that comes to, Assemblyman?
Yeah.
What's it come to?
9 times is $2,700,000.
Yep, $2.7 million of dollars being squandered. I think it's high time we address this problem because it's been persistent for as long as I can remember. We don't need a truant officer. Just put $1,000 cash reward up for the individual's addresses. No questions asked, totally anonymous. And I guarantee you'll ferret each and every one of those people out because they're committing criminal theft of services, Chief. And it can't go on. It's costing a ton of money. And it also justifies those boutique classes of 10 and that dubious, gifted and talented when the statistics show that 0% exceed mere proficiency. And 38% of the graduating students can't do proficient math. I call for a revamping, top to bottom, and it has to start here. Get those 14 turkeys out of the school system ASAP. If you have to sick the police detective division on it, do so. But I'm telling you, the $1,000 anonymously, let them provide a 7-digit number, and when that person is by postmark or by email date verified, hand that envelope over, let the CPA, Susan Palia, handle that transaction, and I guarantee you we'll get rid of those 14 freeloaders who are committing criminal theft of services out of our system. They don't belong there. They're costing senior citizens tax dollars, and it's a disgrace. And while I'm at money-raising things, once again, I've given you the Royal Oak thing. That's a $105,000 revenue stream that the mayor sits on year after year after year. It's a disgrace. It's time to act.
Good timing, John. Any other public comment?
Steve Warner, 103 North Sumner Avenue. I was going to say something last meeting, but I was talking about so many other things I didn't get a chance to. But I noticed again this meeting, there's a $37,000 bill for Remington and Vernick for inspecting gas lines, and last 2 weeks ago was $32,000. That's around $70,000. I had my gas line run at my house. I didn't see anybody inspect it. My neighbor had a gas line ran. Nobody inspected that. I mean, I don't care, but what I do care is $70,000 in 2 weeks for inspections, and as far as I haven't seen anybody inspect anything, okay? And that's one problem. And another problem is talking about the City Hall. I still have 2 minutes. I was told, like in October, that City Hall was 65% done, which it wasn't, okay? And since October, I don't believe anything has been done, and I would estimate it's about 40% done, from my experience. I'd like to know when that's going to get wrapped up, too. And who's responsible for the delay, okay? So that's about 2 things. So, that's all.
Thank you, Steve. Anyone else? Motion to close public comment, please.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Johanna?
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Johanna, would you do ordinances and resolutions, please? Oh. Is there any public comment on ordinance? I apologize. Second reading of ordinances and resolutions.
Mayor, you don't have to apologize. You just have to do your job. That's that simple. Sewell, 22 West Drive. Get the time back up, Mayor.
Oh, darn, you caught me, John.
Go.
You ready, John?
Go ahead. It's ordinance 03-2-16. And it follows up on what Mr. Werner had to say. These nebulous numbers, this nebulous completion. But my concerns, perhaps, are more down to the brass tacks of dollars and cents. What percentage of this project is being covered by Sandy recovery monies, which I understand we've been shortchanged up in Trenton and down in Washington, D.C. What percentage of this project is being covered by Sandy funding? From what you described, it was a Sandy event. So what's the numbers? What are the real numbers? What's the nitty-gritty?
You have the number?
Yeah.
Okay.
We received a $2.2 million grant. And with that grant, any damage that was due to the hurricane and bringing it up to base flood elevation to make the building safe was covered under that $2.2 million grant. But just let me say something. When you're working on an existing older structure, you do run into certain consequences that have to be addressed, because no sense putting a Band-Aid on it and having to go back after you pour a floor. We had to put a new sanitary system in underground because now we didn't have a crawl space anymore. We had a filled-in area with a solid concrete floor. And we upgraded the security system and the computer system there, which runs both this building and that building. So in the big picture, there's probably $300,000 to $400,000 worth of work that the city's going to be liable for, but pretty much most of the construction's covered under the $2.2 million grant that was reflected the damage from Sandy, the parking lot and all that.
Will there be subsequent requests for grants? Since there's a brouhaha over the allocations of money from Sandy.
No, we're responsible for certain things that we've made changes to make sure that we ensured moving forward we didn't have problems in that building. There was an issue with the sewer system that tied into the fire department that wasn't addressed and couldn't be addressed when they did the fire department renovation. That was part of the $41,000 extra. We are being reimbursed through the federal government through this time, even though we had expenditures of $200 and some thousand in this bill list to the general contractor. We will now submit a report for the work that was completed. They review it and they reimburse us. We've been very successful with all our reimbursements to this point, and we're having the elevator repaired. We had new electric service put in. We have a new parking lot. We have a new well pump there that is part of the geothermal system for the heating. There's a dual system in that building. And again, there's going to be additional storage upstairs. Again, we're getting away from rental spaces. We're going to be able to store things. And the server room is up on the second floor there. And the Historical Society is going to be in the front part of that building. So our court's going to be in the back part, and in the front is going to be our Historical Society, which will be displays that we have. Some of it's upstairs, but some of it's in storage also. So all that stuff will be a part of, and hopefully we're still looking in, am I saying the right month, May, Mayor?
Hopefully.
Hopefully May. But there have been some glitches and bumps as we go through, and that's basically because it's a 100-plus-year-old building, John, and it's an arduous task, but we're making it right, and it's going to be there for the citizens of Margate for many years to come.
And I hope that you will take my suggestion to Ed that we have an ultraviolet light system set up for the circulation of the air to kill mold spores. I think because that building has been a source of mold from day one, and without the ultraviolet light system, I think you're going to run into that down the road sooner or later. So I would strongly urge that type of system be installed. It's very modest, the cost is very inexpensive, and it'll prevent a host of problems going down the road. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
Any other public comment? Motion to close public comment.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Johanna, ordinances and resolutions, please.
Okay, I'd like a motion to adopt ordinance number 2-2016, calendar year 2016 ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
I'd like a motion for ordinance number 3-2016, providing for capital improvements and repairs to City Hall building in and by the City of Margate.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
A motion for resolution number 4-2016, amending Chapter 269, the water of the Code of the City of Margate.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like a motion on the consent agenda, which the individual listings of the resolutions will be available on the municipal website.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Thank you, Johanna. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Thank you all for being here.
Nice job, perfect.